And the Lord said, you sure you want me to tell you? They, oh, yeah, I want to know. Why you laying up on your job and don't do nothing? We talk about sovereignty of God. And then he said, you know what? I ain't going to say nothing. I'm just going to sit here and watch how you're going to do what you're going to do. The Lord said, is that right? Okay. He said, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. But here's the bottom line. You ain't going to believe what I'm going to do. Since you want to know. Oh, no, I will believe. He said, no, you're not going to believe. He said, write down what I'm about to do. Again, I'm talking about the sovereignty of God. He said, what you going to do? He said, I'm going to use them heathens, Babylonians, to come and discipline you, my people. And Habakkuk said, they ain't right. How are you going to use the people who are worse than us to discipline us? And the Lord said, didn't I tell you ain't going to believe? And then the one who was not going to talk, talks. Okay, if you're going to do that, what about them then? See how, nothing has changed. When God works on you, you will always find somebody worse than you. Oh, what about her? What about him? And the Lord said, don't worry about it. Since I'm a sovereign God, I got a plan for them too. Then he woke up and he said, okay, let's just settle it. God is God. He's a sovereign God. He's going to do what he's going to do. So even if there is no fruit, there is no nothing, I'm still going to worship God. I'm going to praise God. That is in a nutshell about the book of Esther. Where you are today, the position you have today, whatever you have today, is for one reason. It's for his kingdom, not for you. Blessed to be a blessing. So that's the whole story about. No accidents, no luck. God is handling the business. Let's read. Esther, I'm in a King James. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus. Remember I told you that was a Hebrew name? Or for the king Exertus. This which he reigned from India even into Ethiopia. Isn't that interesting? The name of India is in the book, in the Bible. Over 127 provinces. Meaning the guy was large. All the way from Africa, all the way to India. He's just ruling and reigning. That in those days when the king sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan, the place. I think your translation might say Susha, whatever. That was the capital city of that town. In the third, and remember I told you he is the grandson of King Cyprus. King Cyprus was all right. He didn't believe in slavery. He didn't believe in all these things. So he let the people of God go. But this guy is a nut. He loved to party. Remember that. He loved to throw banquet. Later on, we're going to find out Sister Girl is going to throw a party because she knows what he likes. And so God is going to use you, what you like, for his glory. In the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all. I think New Living Translation say he threw a banquet. He made a feast unto all his princes, his servants, power of Persia, Media, noble princes of the provinces being before him. All he said, all it means is this: he got all of his entourage, all of his VIPs. And another translation say he got his 4-star generals, military, because all he did is start conquering and conquering and conquering and conquering, and his kingdom was established. So when you are blowing up, you think you all that. And so now he want to celebrate. Not celebrate God who blessed him, but he's going to celebrate. And said, this is what we're going to do. He said, I'm going to throw a party, a banquet. When he showed his riches of his glorious kingdom and honor of the excellent majesty many days, even and 180 days, 180 days, 6 months of banquet. And here we throw a birthday party for 1 day, for 2 hours, and we got tired, don't we? 6 months. 6 months party for the elite. For who's who at his palace, having a blast. Got to show out all that he had. 6 months later, verse 5, and when these days expired, the king made a feast unto, look at here, he ain't happy now. He got so much money, so much wealth. Remember what I say? When God blesses you, use it for his kingdom, or you're going to use it on you. To let everybody know you all dead. And they're going to eat your food and talk about you. And you get so excited. Ooh, everybody like me. No. They know. They're using you and you don't even know they're using you. Especially when you feed them, hallelujah, they will sing your songs. Whatever tune you play, they're going to dance. So here you go. 6 months over. Now, remember that was for the elite. The VIPs, all of his guys. Now, he said, when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people. Now, everybody. Present in a Shusha, the palace, both unto great and small, 7 days in the court of the garden of kings. How would you like to get thousands of people in your backyard? Do you think they must have some kind of organization? How much money would you spend in 6 months? I'm talking about king's banquet, not your chicken fried chick. Oh, we're going to grandma's house. We're going to have a party. We're going to barbecue. Okay, at the most, you might spend maybe 100 for 2 hours. And you act like you had it, huh? 6 months. And after that, 7 days. Anybody want to come, just come. And they all came. And they all came. Small and great. In the garden of King's palace. Now we're telling you now. I could just read over it. Because you don't bother. But some of you will like it. I wish I had a New Living Translation. But here it goes. where were white, green, blue hangings fashioned with cords of fine linen. Not your fine linen, brought from Egypt. Purple to silver rings, pillars of marble. The beds were of gold. Look at here, this man. And silver upon a pavement of red and blue. And look like America, don't you? Red, white, and blue. And a black marble. And they gave them drink. Listen to this. Now he talk about his party. Don't get any ideas. We're just reading it. And they gave them drink in vessels of gold, the vessel being diverse one from another. I mean, they were all different. A royal wine, not your Ripple. Well, some of you don't know what a Ripple is. Don't worry about it. Well, what's the Ripple? Don't worry about it. A royal wine in abundance according to the state of the king. And the drinking was according to the law. None did compel. If you want to drink it, go. If you don't, you good. So the king had appointed to all the officers of his house that they should do according to every man's pleasure. That's the same word, I think in Living Translations say that as much as they needed. The same word is used in John the 6th when the Lord Jesus multiplied 5 loaves and 2 fishes. Remember, and they gave them as much as they wanted. He had a party. 9. And Vashti, or you call Vasti, that's what we call it in my language. Vashti, the queen made a feast for, oh Lord Jesus. See that and outdo each other. Feast for women in a royal house which belonged to the king. All right. So you see that 6 months of party for the elite. 7 days of party, whosoever want to come. The queen, she decided to throw a party too. On the 7th day, remember in the book of Proverbs said, don't be drunk with wine because you will make bad judgments. You remember that? In a Proverbs 31st chapter. And it says, and this is the advice of a queen, Bathsheba, to Lemuel, Solomon, and told about the wine. Don't do that because you won't think straight. Let's see what happened to him. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry, all it means he got drunk. don't. You know, I don't care how you sugarcoat it. That's what it means. He got drunk. 6 months, 7 days, drunk. And gives the name of all his boys. Verse 11. Now he is drunk. And this is what he wants to do now. He wants to impress everybody. Then he says, bring Vashti, the queen, before the king with the crown royal. Oh, you are, I know I was going to set you up. Look at boy. Get back from there. Get over here. Did you hear what I just said? All it means, girl, put your royal crown on. To show the people the princess, her beauty. For she was fair to look upon. In the New Living Translation, she was gorgeous. She was a knockout, glorious woman. And if you read into, maybe he wanted her to come out naked. Sorry. With nothing but the crown. Because the fool ain't thinking straight. That's your wife, but you drunk, but you still want to show out your wife. Wife belonged to him, not to the world, and not to be displayed. But you drunk, you can't think straight. You want to show out to all his elite guys. Verse 12. But the queen refused to come at king's command by his chamberlain. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him. See, say, you know what? I'd rather disobey you than act like a fool in the front of a fools. That's why it says to get stand. It's my body belongs to you. It is not for to be displayed. Even if I'm a knockout gorgeous woman, it ain't going to happen. So the messenger goes back to the king. Well, guess what, king? Oh, he becomes sober right then. Oh my God, sober, quick. They say what? She ain't coming. You say what? You heard me. She ain't coming. Now he mad. But what you going to do now? You already wanted to show out how bad you is. He said, I ain't coming. The king was wroth. He passed anger. He passed all of that. He mad. Now the king said to the wise men, which knew the times, for so was king's manner towards all that knew the law and a judgment. These are the lawyers. And the next unto him was this guy, all these jokers over there. We saw king's face. We said the first in the kingdom. What shall we do unto the queen? You see, you look in the book. Look in the book. What do the laws of Persian and Mede say? When a queen disobeyed the king, they start thumping. Because she had not performed the commandment of the king. She disobeyed me. Six months of all my banquet. 7 days of banquet. And now, she can't even control my own house. And I'm the king from Ethiopia to India. And so one of the wise guys answered, the queen had not done wrong unto the king only, but also to all the princes and to all the people that are in the whole province of the king. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes. And when it shall be reported, King Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to be brought it before him, but she came not. All he say, what is the news going to say? He king? 6 months of banquet, 7 days of banquet. How is he going to be a king and he can't even control his wife? He talks all this noise, but no, he ain't, no, he's not. And the word will go all the way from Ethiopia to India, and the woman is going to say, if the queen did not want to obey the king, you is not even the king. I ain't going to obey you, meaning there'll be women's slave march all over Susa the palace. He said, king, she didn't jack you up. She jacked up all the husbands now. So you don't even know. You know you're dumb. Because Bible says he asked the wise guy. Okay, that means you're dumb. So you asking the wise guy. And the wise guy said, dude, you done messed up now. Big time. How many provinces were there? Verse 1. Over 127 states. None of them going to receive you no more. As a matter of fact, the homes will be messed up. Because remember, folks, don't look at today like in April the 10th, 2019. Don't think like that in America. Back in the days, they were considered nothing but a property. You remember those days? You my property. No. Now, if they rebel against you, it's over. He said, your kingdom is in trouble. Your men are in trouble. Verse 18. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king princes which have heard of the deed of the queen, thus shall there be arise too much contempt and wrath. Man, you messed up every marriage in the kingdom. In other words, they're going to start wearing the pants. And they're going to say no. You want to eat? Cook yourself. What you going to eat? Whatever you cook, my man. Do you hear what I was saying? He said, man, you done messed up. But see, you think it is just a story. It is not a story. God is using all these things. He got to do something else to bring somebody. Do you understand? God will use somebody's stupidity to open the door for you. Somebody's rebelliousness, they might pay the price, but you can come in. So this is not an accident. God is controlling this thing. Okay, verse 19. If it pleases the king, it suit. He mad now. He got to save his face now. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written according to the laws of Persians and Medes that cannot be altered, that Vashti came no more before the king, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than all it is. Do kick her to the curb. That's all he says. He said, take the royal crown, take the royal robe, take her out of your kingdom. She ain't no more a queen. By doing that, remember, we talk about man was up there. By that, you're going to empower man. I'm the king of the castle. You remember Ralph Camden? Oh, some of it is before your time. That's what this wise guy say, man, you done messed up. Now, only way to save your face, save all the men in the kingdom from Ethiopia to India, you got to let her go. Gone, where's that? Now we say, oh man, wow, that's a bad thing. Yeah, God is controlling all these things. All right. Verse 20. And when the king's decree, which he shall make, shall be published throughout all the empire. Remember 127 provinces? For it is a great. See how they're buttering him up? All the wives shall give their husband honor both to great and small. Ain't nothing but male chauvinist kingdom. Let them stay in the house and with the man. Pass the message. Keep them under your feet. Sounds good to me. And the saying pleased the king and the princess. And the king did according to word of his wise men. 22. For he sent letters unto all the king's provision, into every province according to the writing thereof, to every people after that language, that every man should bear rule in his own house. Did you hear me? Man, you the man. You better run the show there. Bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to language in every. Did you hear that? Means they had to translate in all other languages what was said. What was said. Was they gone? And you don't want to be in trouble like that. You better obey your husbands. That's how the rule started. Everybody. Now watch it. You will hear, when you study later on, you will see about 4-year passages. He ruled 3 years, according to chapter 1. Then Esther shows up in a 7th year. So 4 years. So don't read like that. Oh, it's not like send a text to all over. It's not a group text. Some fool had to ride a horse over here, there, and everywhere, and let them know this is what has happened. So, Vashti is gone. Now, chapter 2. After these things, after what things? After 6 months of banquet, after 7 days of banquet, after Vashti's banquet, after disobedience of Vashti, after king's letter, after Vashti was gone as a king, now the homeboy is lonely. Read it. And after these things, when the wrath of the king, that means when the fool woke up, when he sobered up, he remembered Vashti and what she had done and what was the decree against her. Verse 2. Then say the king servant that ministered to him. See, he looked at him. You sure look pitiful. Do look at you, the king, with a long face. You ain't happy, is you? No. It's all about Vashti. Where's she gone? Yeah, I'm the one who kicked her out. What am I going to do now? See, the king, but the fool don't know nothing. He's always asking another fool. Did you hear me? He asking another fool. And all the fools hang around him. He's feeding them. So you eat his food, you better sing his song. Oh man, you look sorry. I know. What should I do now? I want to be happy. Okay. You like that, huh? Then said king's servant, let there be a fair young virgins, not one. The beauty contest, is it, oh, beauty pageant, pardon me, beauty pageant. Let there be fair young. I mean, look here. Bring the knockout girls. Bring the gorgeous girl. Huh? Hey, you think Vashti was? We're going to get something better than Vashti. You the king. And his head just starts soaring. Oh, yeah, sounds good. Did you hear me? Forget Vashti. Man, I'm going to get you a whole lot. You will, yeah. Man, forget it. We're going to get you the knockout girls. Let the king appoint officers in all the... Look at here how busy he is. He just sent a letter. Vashti gone? You better act up in the house. Women, you better obey your husband. Yeah. But then I said, oh, you got to send another message. Okay. Let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom, that they may gather together all the fair, beautiful, young, underline the word, virgins, unto the palace, Susa, to the house of women, and to the custody of Hag. Okay, now you have to understand the culture. See, these all kings had harems. Over them, they had put one guy, a eunuch. He handled all the business. He had all the other one. He said, let's do this thing. Have a beauty contest, beauty pageant. Miss Persia. Come on, folks. Yeah, we're going to have that. He was a chamberlain, means he was in the control of the harem, keeper of the women, and let their things for purification be given unto them. Look at here, verse 4. And let the maiden which pleaseth the king be the queen instead of Vashti. What does it mean? I'm going to break it down. This is a church, you all. You all act like you all don't know what I'm talking about. They said, you're going to sleep with every single one of them. Don't help me. See, you got to put it down. And let the maiden which pleaseth the king be the queen instead of Vashti. And the king said, sounds good. This is just amazing. I remember about, I'm done. I remember about Abraham. You remember Abraham? The Lord say, the one who comes from your own loin shall be. Yeah. And Sarah said, see that little sister over there? She's the Egyptian. Good, ain't she? Mm-hmm. There go. Abraham said, sounds like God to me. Oh, look at here, we're still paying price on that mess. So this king, he ain't mad no more. He happy. Man, sounds good, sounds good, sounds good, sounds good, sounds good, sounds good. He said, let's do this thing and we be happy. And then I got what? I got about 9 more minutes. Let me read some more. Now in the Shusha, the palace, there was a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjamin. Remember I told you this last time? God is controlling this thing. You're going to see that fool Agag. You're going to see his descendant. You're going to see Saul's descendant, Kish and Benjamin. God is maneuvering all these things, and his name shows up. He's a Mordecai. Verse 6 explain to you what happened here. Who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captivity which had been carried away to that place. Nebuchadnezzar had carried them in a Babylon. Verse 7. And he brought up Hadeshah. That is Esther. His uncle's daughter. For she had neither father nor mother. The maid was fair and beautiful. Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter. Now watch it. It's a beauty pageant. Look here. Esther is not the only beautiful virgin. There were others. At least one from each. That's 127. So it was not the beauty that got her in. What happened? So here is the thing. The providence of God. Esther, mama and daddy died. She's an orphan. And we say, my God, what will happen to that child? No mama and no daddy. But thank God, his cousin, he said, hey, no problem. That's why when I see some kids, my question is this: where is their folks? You follow what I'm saying? I'm not going to say the name of the show. You know what I'm talking about. Huh? If you want to adopt one of those, where is their folks? Where is their uncle? Where is their aunt? Don't we take care of our own? It should. Just because she was orphan doesn't mean it, because God in his providence, he had said that she's going to be queen. Wait a minute. She's going to be queen, but the devil, listen to me. God moves, the devil moves to undo God's work. She's going to be the queen. Make sure the devil say, I'm going to make sure you don't become a king. I'm going to kill your mama and daddy. You be orphan. And God doesn't say, oops, what am I going to do now? He has his people. What did I say? God will move people. God will move places. God will move time. God will use whosoever when you have a call of God in your life. One dead end doesn't stop the plan of God in your life. One door that is shut, when you feel like I am nobody, I have no one. Everybody has someone whom they can help. I have no one. Never forget, all you need is God. God is the only one who knew, because it is He who called you. He who chose you. He said that you will have, you be the queen. Two forces, God, the devil. But let me tell you something. Devil is on a leash, on a rope. That fool cannot go farther than God will let him. If you go farther, jerk him. Talk to Job. You can do whatever you want to, but you ain't going to kill him. Take anything away, take everything away and all that. But you know what? You can take whatever from Job, but you know what? After everything said and done, and Bible says in Job 42nd chapter, it says, and after that, say the word, after that, after the door is shut, after you got fired, after you lost all your money, after you lost everything, after that, there is still life, because God is still on the throne. God, remember only this thing, God has a final say-so. Doctor doesn't have a final so. Lawyer doesn't have a final so. Judges doesn't have a final so. Man doesn't have a final so. It is God who rules. It is heaven that rules. He sits high and looks low. And looking after, eyes of the Lord run to and fro, trying to find someone who will trust him. God. And God say, I will show myself strong on your behalf. Don't let anybody steal your destiny. Man, listen to me. Even death cannot control your destiny. Who will separate us from the love of God, says the word. Nothing will separate. And especially when you are called by God, anointed by God, you got a purpose. It will all